Happy Monday. Gonna start focusing more on my banana intake because last year I was having a very easy time managing my weight and cutting at times when I was it was interesting because the more bananas that I ate per day, the less I had to deal with hunger, and also surprisingly phytonutrients in regards to carbohydrates. I can eat fruit pretty much all day. I'm not saying I'm a fruitarian or anything like that, but I can eat fruit pretty much all day and still maintain consistent weight loss as long as I'm not intaking carbohydrates from other areas in abundance. I stress to you that if you are feeling like your workouts are not going so well, your fruit intake should go up. You should get the majority of your carbohydrates from fruit, especially if you're trying to, I guess what they would say, do a refeed. You should do a refeed with phytonutrients. You shouldn't do a refeed with bread, rice, complex carbohydrates as far as processed things, baked goods, things like that. I guess those are simple carbs, but they do have complex carbohydrates that are baked goods. It's just they use more natural forms of brown rice and oats and things like that, rather than flour products, processed flour products. So, I'm not going to say that it's going to work for you the same as it works for me. I was walking a lot last year. I was keeping my legs moving and body active, which does play a huge factor in weight management. But I can tell you this, that the way that your body responds to the carbohydrates that are in fruit is different from the way that it's going to respond to carbohydrates from excuse me, sandwiches and rice and different things like that, because your body doesn't have to work very hard to process or metabolize fruit. Now, you have to go out and read up on this stuff because, this is just, again, me sharing ideas that have worked for me with you, but I am going to start focusing more on the banana intake. I'm going to start probably trying to eat upwards of 10 bananas per day. That is going to cut into my ability to eat other forms of carbohydrates, and that's fine. I need to cut back on things like the tortillas and different things like that anyway, just because I don't seem to see the same weight loss progression when I eat those things. It seems that if I look at it over a 10-day period, when I'm eating phytonutrients mainly, all natural, my weight seems to decline at a regular rate. And then as soon as I introduce corn tortillas or anything like that, or brown rice into my diet, remember, you got to pay attention to stuff like this, endomorphs. As soon as I put that stuff into my diet, my weight loss, it doesn't continue. Weight starts to sustain itself again. And this is the stuff that I talk about all the time, when you can look at the data, look at the numbers, keeping your weight, keeping all these things, because you start to see these things. One would say that you could start turning to proteins and different things like that, but I don't like taking in all that stuff. Eggs maybe. If you're trying to get the protein up, or you're trying to get your body temperature up throughout the day and burn more calories, I would say eggs, if you're not a vegetarian or if you're not a vegan, are the best form of protein, inexpensive form of protein that you could do that. If not that, then obviously fish. You could lean on fish, but you don't want to be eating fish more than like 3 times per week, because then you have the thing with the mercury and all that other stuff. You should be taking your fish oils, but you don't want to be eating fish every day. It's just not. I've read that it's not good for your long-term health. You should do the reading up on that as well. So all these things are out there online. I'm just throwing some ideas at you. We're doing legs today. I feel good. Even though I rode yesterday, the day after doing legs, I most likely will do sumo deadlifts today. Like I said before, I'm probably going to start trying to stay away from the trap bar, because the trap bar was something that I used because I was afraid of putting the load on my back. Now, I'm not saying that my back's not still hurt. I'm injured, but my back feels like it's strong enough for me to control the weight and not go crazy, and start to incrementally build my way up to being able to handle the sumo deadlift again post-injury 2008. I haven't been doing those sumos. The sumos that you've seen me do on video is the first time I've done sumos since before my injury. So, you know, I took years off of doing that stuff. So I'm slowly moving back into doing these things. The nutrition went well yesterday. I went a little bit over my calories because we decided to go out for a picnic in the evening last night, but it wasn't anything severe. I woke up at the same weight today, which I'm not very happy about, but you know, whatever. I'm gonna try and do my best today to eat in such a way that's gonna get me up in the morning at a lighter weight. So I'm just, you know, as I've said before, I'm taking it one day at a time. Really just trying to get that, you know, body feel connection with, you know, what I'm eating and the way that I feel every day. You know, it's not an easy road for anyone. And that's why I like talking about this stuff, because it helps to balance my own mind, and it gives you guys you know, a chance to see that, you know, it's a process. It's not just this, oh, bam, and just do it, because I've done that before. And as I've said, I don't like the crash diet way, because it's not sustainable. And you know, can I do it at any time? Yes. Can I just go no carb? Yes. Can I just go all fruit at any time? Yes. Can I just go all vegetables at any time and go crazy? Yes. But I'm not going to be able to sustain that, because I've done it before. I've had huge success with it. I've felt all the, you know, great things of cutting weight and looking great and doing everything like that, and then you just put the weight back on. So I don't want to do it that way. I want to take my time. I want to do it the right way, and I want to, you know, make sure that I progress at a rate that's sustainable, and that I have a diet that's enjoyable, and that I can, you know, a diet that I can diet down, learn my body, that I can regulate as my maintenance goes down, as my body weight goes down, that I can, you know, adjust to. Because as you already know, you're smart, when you lose 20 pounds, your maintenance calories aren't the same. You have to reduce your calories. If you lose 40 pounds, you have to reduce your calories. So what I'm eating right now, I can't eat 20 pounds from now. What I'm eating right now, I can't eat 50 pounds dropped from now. So, you know, you have to find a way that you can do this thing enjoyable, because when the calories go down, the volume of food goes down, everything goes down. So mentally, you have to be prepared for that. So if you're eating all these, like, you know, crash diet foods and not having foods that you like, that's why you usually will put the weight back on, because maintenance goes down, which means, you know, you're eating these foods you necessarily don't want to eat all the time and don't really love. The quantity of those goes down, and then you just feel, if you feel like triple deprived. Okay, so, you know, I hope the videos are helping. I hope that this is some information that can, you know, that can resonate with you, and you can understand the process and the degree of learning that has to take place, and the degree of specific data, you know, writing everything down and keeping track of everything. It's going to be a lifesaver, and it's going to put you in a position where one day, you know, you won't be spinning your wheels anymore. Happy Monday.